Last time on Love at First Shot.
Here we are on the range with Jeff Houston, one of the masterminds behind the NRA's Carry Guard program.
When you're carrying a firearm and you're having to protect someone, the most important tool you have is your mindset.
And then, of course, you have this very famous moment now where your sister gave you her Olympic spot.
Let's define what that well-regulated militia the founders had in mind was, because it definitely wasn't a state-owned and operated army.
You want to be confident that you have enough ammunition with you, so capacity is another C of concealed carry.
There are many critical components to concealed carry. How to carry, where to carry, training with your carry gun, etc. But this episode of Love at First Shot tackles one very important aspect: looking good while we carry. I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to my good friend, Tiffany Yerby Dillon. She's the lead designer at 511 Tactical, and we have her to thank for the tactical yoga pant. And I love this. Julie Golob presents a concealed carry shopping challenge to 3 women. You have to check out how they did. Plus, we have a roundtable discussion and more in this episode of Love at First Shot, presented by Smith Wesson, and ammunition provided by Federal Premium.
There are a lot of people who have a hard time realizing how quickly social order can unravel in the face of a natural disaster or terrorist attack, or even the possibility of government overreach. I'm Lydia Longoria. In today's episode of 27 Words, we are going to learn about how important the Second Amendment is to keeping the freedoms we hold so dearly. After all, it is the freedom that guarantees the rest. If you notice, the founders didn't say the Second Amendment was helpful or advantageous to a free state. It was necessary to the security of a free state. What this means is that if you are not able to fully protect yourself, meaning the government has somehow restricted the means in which you can protect yourself from not only them, but from every threat in your life, you simply are not free. It's easy to routinely dismiss the vision of the founders and to say, well, they couldn't have imagined a modern society. But I don't think anyone could have imagined the terror that's happened over the past couple centuries. There have been hundreds of millions of people that have been killed by their own governments. And if you look back at all of the dictators throughout history, to enhance their growing power, they understood 2 things: that they must force citizens to rely on them for safety and also for information, which means they've got to control the press and they have to disarm their citizens. What are our first 2 amendments? Look, freedom is never more than 1 generation away from extinction, and I know that's a really scary thought. But don't worry, the founders, fresh off winning their independence, had our backs. They knew that there was plenty of reasons to feel unsafe, especially from a national government, which is why they guaranteed citizens the right to protect themselves.
Let's talk about a C of concealed carry that women really care about, and that's clothing. This is where it becomes difficult for us, but I have a few tips that will help you choose a wardrobe that will work with your concealed carry gear. The first thing, if you're carrying at the waist, wear a cami or a tank. This is going to help create a barrier between the gun and your skin, and it's going to make carrying concealed a lot more comfortable. Let's also talk about material. Dark colors, patterns, heavier textures. This is the type of material that you're looking for in your tops. This will allow your gun not to print as easily. Print means that shows through the clothing. And you want to look for clothing that has these textures and colors to make it a little bit easier. Now, that's not to say you have to wear heavy clothes all the time. You can certainly wear light-colored or lightweight tops, but look for clothing that flows away from the body so it doesn't bring attention to your waist. Large vests or jackets are really a great option, but you also want to pay attention to where the hem sits. You don't want to expose the bottom of your gun or holster, and that's something that you'll need to consider. You'll also need to invest in a proper belt, and these are not the sort of thing that you're going to find at your local store. This is a belt that's specifically designed for concealed carry. But one thing you want to look at as a woman is look for appropriate width and sturdiness, but also how thin the belt is. We don't want to add any bulk to our waist, so look for low-profile buckles and thin belts to really make sure that you're not showcasing that concealed carry area. Finally, whatever mode you choose, it's very important that you don't just stand there and look in the mirror. You need to move around to make sure that you bend and twist, and that's really going to tell you if your concealed carry setup is good.
Stay tuned for the next episode of Love at First Shot, when Julie will address the 4th C of concealed carry, controls.
Normally, I see these lovely ladies on the range, but today we're doing something very special. We have Krystal from Minnesota, Lanny from Colorado, and Tess from Virginia. And instead of shooting, we're gonna be shopping. Yay! So today, you're gonna be given a challenge of finding 2 outfits. A nice casual outfit, and then a business casual outfit. And you're gonna be judged on 4 different criteria. Concealability, which how well you can conceal your firearm. Practicality, are you actually gonna wear these clothes that we're gonna buy today? Style. Oh, nice. And of course, budget. And speaking of budget, you'll have $150, and you'll only have 2 hours to do it. And I'll be judging. And here I have 3 envelopes with some cold, hard cash here.
Thank you, nice.
And again, 2 hours, 2 outfits each, and time starts now.
All right, let's go.
Good luck, ladies. So of all of the ladies here, Lanny is pure athlete. So some of the challenges she may face while she's shopping is the fit. But I'm looking forward to seeing what she comes up with and how she's gonna conceal it.
Okay, in the trying on process, and got a couple of different holster options, trying to see what works best.
So Krystal, being a small business owner and working with a variety of different clients, she could literally show up in anything. So I'm really excited to see what she comes up with.
Got a couple options that I think we will go try on.
Tess has a day-to-day job like many women do. She goes to the office and she works, but it's kind of her after-hours activities that really set her apart. She loves, shooting. She loves adventure, CrossFit. So she is kind of that ultimate adventure girl.
I'm looking for something that's more loose-fitting, something that has a little bit of pattern as well to kind of help conceal.
I really hope this mall has a donut stand, because I'm getting low on blood sugar. This is tough work.
We're at our last and final store, so hoping that we can find something in here.
It can be a little bit intimidating, trying to find the perfect outfit.
This totally looks like you.
This is my Colorado casual outfit.
I love it.
So this is something that I chose that I thought a lot of people can wear. This is kind of the style out west right now. It allows me to protect myself against the bears both in town and up in the mountains.
That's awesome. I'm assuming that you came in under budget.
I actually got very, very close to the budget. $1.77 over, so
Oh, good to know,
yes.
good to know.
Strike out on that one, but in Colorado, the mornings and evenings are nice and cool, so it's nice to have something to throw over the top.
Absolutely.
And then if it gets hot during the day, I just can take off the back piece and still be concealing and everything.
Absolutely. And where are you carrying?
So I definitely am carrying at the waist.
Okay.
But I have another option too.
Oh, very nice, yeah.
And carrying under the arm too.
Perfect. Nice.
It's good to have multiple options.
Yes.
I think it's always good to be prepared for different situations.
2 options, 2 guns. Love it.
All right, thanks.
Super cute.
Hello.
So cute.
So back from the challenge, just my
Yes.
casual outfit.
Very good.
I went kind of more the ultra casual side of things.
Sure.
So this is my go-to running around town, you know, around the house.
Athleisure.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, yes. Well, it looks cute. It looks great.
Thank you. I discovered that obviously prints and dark colors are gonna work when you're trying to conceal an activewear. I think there's a lot of women out there who think that you can't necessarily, you know, conceal in this kind of outfit, especially when you've got something more form-fitting.
Where are you concealed?
So my secret place is right here. So I
Right.
do have a sticky holster, and with this kind of material and this waistband, this works absolutely perfect. So, and again, if you just kind of angle it just a little bit more, you'll be able to have it in there without printing, loose top, and you're good to go.
Well, you look super cute. All right, well, thank you.
Thanks.
So cute.
Thank you.
Very, very nice. Look at that. So, tell me about the outfit.
This is just an everyday outfit that I would normally wear. Whenever I was looking for something, I wanted something that was a little bit darker up top, but also had a little bit of a print to decrease the amount of printing that could possibly occur.
So, where are you carrying? Right, yep, at the waist.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's not a small gun to conceal either.
No.
And the fact that there's so much flow in that top, it's really, really, really flattering. Brings out your
Right.
eyes as well.
Thank you.
I love it. Great job.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Very good.
Okay.
Round 1 is complete, and it is very, very close. These ladies are doing great. I have tied in second place Lanny and Krystal. The only reason Lanny didn't score higher was the fact that she did go over a budget by a little bit, and I think that is important, but she had 2 outfits basically in one. I loved that. Krystal is also tied with Lanny. I love that this was something that she would wear, and she was very comfortable with it. The only thing that concerns me is that a lot of women would find it difficult to conceal this as well as Krystal does in her body type. So this is something you really want to keep in mind when you're in a fitting room or at home, that you're not going to print as you move around with your firearm on your body. And then by 1 point in the lead is Tess. And what I really loved about Tess's outfit is it was completely concealable. She was obviously comfortable in it, and she had 2 separate pieces that could work with a lot of different outfits. Oh, tell me a little bit about the outfit and the process.
This is something that I could wear to a business meeting or something like that, and then maybe out later dancing, you know, take this off. This kind of outfit conceals well.
Yes.
I have a little bit extra layerings in here.
So of all of the business options out there, why did you go this particular route?
A lot of women will tell me that they don't feel like they can do something form-fitting and they have to wear these loose baggy clothes if they want to conceal, but I was able to do something that was, you know, you could go straight from the office out for happy hour or whatever and still conceal and not, you know, just be on about your day.
My day-to-day actually takes me anywhere from sitting at a desk to walking clients around to meeting with people face-to-face, very close proximity. And it's very important that you try to make them feel comfortable in any situation, regardless of what their beliefs are. So printing would be very important for me to eliminate. Also, if I need to take this out in the evening, I can just throw on a pair of jeans and be on my way as well.
So are you concealing?
A couple different places this time.
Okay.
So the same spot as usual here in the back, but as an Olympic athlete, I like to find something that conceals my these guns
Massive
as well.
muscles. Very good.
I was concealing appendix with my leisure wear,
Yes.
and then I have actually moved it back to the back right hip now too. So, and it just perfectly with that little bit of a cant.
Yeah, it fits the curves of your body very, very well.
Helps hide that better.
Yeah. Same spot again?
Same spot again,
Very good.
right
Yeah.
here.
Yep.
So,
That's great.
yeah.
We just finished with our second outfit, and these ladies did such a fantastic job. I'm blown away at the diversity of the outfits. Krystal really stuck to her personal style and showcased that you could really wear form-fitting clothing. And of course, Lanny is an athlete. It's gotta be hard and difficult for her to dress her body in the way that she feels comfortable, and she found ways to do it. And then finally, Tess, she did a fantastic job finding clothes that really worked for her job. This is gonna be really tough to score, but I'm so proud of everything that they were able to accomplish in such a short amount of time with that budget, and yeah, they nailed it. So we had this challenge of concealability, practicality, style, and budget. I had the hardest time judging because everybody had such a different style, but you found exactly what you needed that worked for you. So in third place, we had, believe it or not, Miss Krystal. But it was only by like 1 point. And the only reason why, your clothing options were limited to exactly the way you walk and talk. And so you bending over may have exposed your firearm in a different way. And as long as you're aware of it and that's how you act every day, it's fine because that's you. But for other women, that may not work. But I love that you showcase that you can still be sporty and sexy at the same time. So that was fantastic. So 1 point up from that was Miss Lanny. And the only reason I have to say that Miss Tess got you by the point was because the budget. Oh. What you both did is I looked at both of your outfits. I'm like, oh my gosh, you could mix and match all of these. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you for indulging me in this little challenge.
Thank you.
Yes,
it was fun, and it honestly kind of opened my eyes to a couple things that I had never thought of myself for concealed carry.
So that wraps our first ever shopping challenge on Love at First Shot. It's usually a shooting challenge. If you're looking for a way to carry and conceal your firearm easily, these ladies have shown you how to do it. You can do it on a budget, and it's all information that we can all benefit from for those of us who want to protect ourselves. Go ahead and tag us in your photos and share with us how you conceal successfully. We'd love to hear from you, and until next time, enjoy your Love at First Shot.
All right, Julie.
Yes.
We're here on set.
Yes.
We're in an art gallery of some sorts.
We are.
And behind you all day has been this lovely piece of work. An action. Talk to me about it. What does it look like?
Well, to me, as a shooter, this looks like targets. And some of the best targets out there because you have multiple aiming points. I mean, look at this. Not only do you have like a bullseye center, but you can shoot at each little quadrant. You can have little different areas. This is the kind of fun thing that you can do by setting up something as simple as drawing a bunch of circles and painting them and take it to the range, and you have different aiming points. It'll target that'll last you all range time long.
Excellent.
Hey there, we are here in beautiful Huntington Beach, California, and I have got my dear friend, the lovely Tiffany Yerby Dillon. I think your story is so unique and so interesting because it just puts on full display how you can really come from any angle, any walk of life, and still be a part of the gun industry, you know, and still be part of the gun community because you are a fierce advocate for the gun community.
I am. So you've got some pink satin, which gives it a little bit of feminine flair, which I love the most. But the best part is there's a pass-through through the actual hand pocket, so you can get to your waistband easily.
You know, your life is filled with just design influence, right? I want to hear how it all started.
Well, I would say it probably started when I was around 3 years old. My mother made all of my clothes when I was a child. Wow. And I wore dresses every day with tennis shoes, whatever. So I spent a lot of my time as a child in fabric stores. And so pretty was my first word. And I think to the disappointment of my mother, but pretty because she would always touch fabrics and say, oh, it's so pretty. So that fabric became a huge part of my life even as a child. I liked evolving kind of my own style over time, and I think it was fun because my mom made it fun. She liked shopping, and so we shopped a lot. I look back on all the activities that I did as a kid, and shopping really was one of the major, like, top 5.
Who have been, other than your mom, who have been your other influences along your journey?
I developed an obsession with fashion magazines when I was in 7th grade.
One in particular?
Well, Elle magazine was the very first one I ever purchased. So that magazine actually, I think, changed my life because I didn't realize what was out there. I grew up in a very small town, and so I wasn't exposed to a lot of that, you know, high fashion. So I became a bit obsessed. I in detail explained the cover to my husband now, and about 4 years ago, he actually purchased that magazine for me on eBay. So
By the way, that's husband winning right there. Like, you just...
Definitely. I apologize for the mess. I didn't know you were going to get in my closet today.
No.
It would have looked a little different.
Okay, no, I am thrilled about this, that we have had the opportunity to see inside the genius's mind.
This one, and I know it's going to be a bit interesting, but this particular shirt, it looks a little bit short and such, but if you feel the fabric, it's almost like neoprene.
Yeah,
so
it's dense, actually.
It's really dense, and what's great about it is it stands away from your body.
I see.
So printing is almost a no. I really, really like
I
ideas
love that.
like this.
Okay, no, I think that's a really important factor to consider is the density of the fabric. I've never thought about that. So you're director of design at 511 Tactical now, which is a pretty significant leap from Elle magazine. How did you get there? Because it really is fascinating.
You know, what are you passionate about? And it was magazines. And so that was kind of what took me in the direction, because I thought maybe I would, you know, be a fashion editor for a magazine. Maybe I would, you know, someday be in a wintour type of person, you know, at Vogue or something like that. Just going that direction with the magazine thing opened up a lot of doors and opened up my eyes as far as what was out there to do. And it just kind of spiraled from there, really. So I did some visual merchandising as a job in the Bay Area, and then kind of fell into my first job in kind of merchandising design role with Royal Robbins. I stayed there for about 7 years, and then I moved to England, actually. I worked for a snowboard company. We dressed from adult to baby, which was actually super fun to work on. The snowboard stuff was all outerwear and a lot hipper.
You've really kind of ushered in a new era into the industry and the community and given us a visual and a clothing voice as women, which is really, really cool.
Well, and you don't, at the range, you don't want to look like you're wearing a costume. You also don't want to look like you raided your boyfriend, your brother, your husband's closet. And
no, you want to feel comfortable in your own skin, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
You really do. You want to feel like you look and feel like yourself.
Exactly.
Because otherwise it's a distraction. You really have to think through so many different types of carry for women.
It's a personal choice to do, for one, but then it becomes a very personal way that you carry.
So true.
You know, a holster that I like would definitely not work for you.
Right.
And it's the same with clothing, I think, too.
These are all such fascinating and very niche topics to discuss, but they are so unique to women.
You know, each woman has her own style. This is kind of more of a winter item, but this is just a little fur vest, and of course you could carry anything under this, and no one would ever know the difference.
They would not.
But still fashionable, still very feminine, still fun.
Anything else that you like for concealed carry that you can make work pretty easily?
I would say cardigans like you have on.
Right.
Usually things that are a little bit heavier too work really well. I think something like what you have on is perfect.
Yeah.
Especially with the stripes. Because anything with a pattern on it also just takes the eye to the pattern, not what's underneath it.
Do you think the stripes take away from the baby belly too?
I didn't know you were pregnant.
Good answer.
Choosing a carry gun is as personal as your personal style. And for this Smith Wesson product spotlight here at Wilshire Gun Club, I want to share with you a revolver. This is a Performance Center 642 revolver, and already you can notice some really beautiful features. Polishing throughout, wood accents on the rubber grip make this a very stylish gun, but there's more to it than that. First and foremost, revolvers are very easy to use. Simple controls like the cylinder release, sights and trigger make it an easy, simple option for many, many people. It also features a lighter frame. This is an aluminum frame, making it easier to carry all day long. A lot of people actually prefer revolvers to carry because of their roundness. Compared to semi-automatic pistols that are blocky and have corners, they can be a lot more comfortable to carry. This gun features a double action trigger, and that means it's going to have a longer and heavier trigger pull, which can be a challenge for a lot of shooters, especially those who don't have a lot of hand strength or finger strength. But this gun comes from the Performance Center with an enhanced trigger job, and that means that trigger is going to be lighter and easier to pull. Train with lighter 38 loads and then carry powerful carry ammunition so that you have the perfect gun that you can handle. A Performance Center, Model 642.
I feel like for women, the challenge of dressing for concealed carry is so much more than a man. Because on a daily basis, a man is pretty much guaranteed to wear some sort of pants with belt loops and like a shirt and like you're good to go. And women, we can wear dresses, skirts, leggings one day, jeans the next day. I mean, there's just so many different options. And I've always been really resistant to like, no, I don't have to change myself dress to carry.
Women on a daily basis have a hard time going into a store and finding something that fits. And you have to try on so many to finally find something. And then you throw in something that the challenge of something needing to be functional.
Yeah. You know, we're addressing all of these issues that come up that make you go, oh, so frustrating. Do I have to adapt my entire lifestyle to this? Even now with the fashion challenge that you guys all did. Tiffany, this is really your field. Where do you see the concealed carry fashion element going in the next few years? Because there's been an evolution, even in the last, I don't know, 5 years probably.
But I think the future's wide open for, you know, being able to market to women that do concealed carry on a regular basis. Really, I think where it lies is women coming forward and saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. Because, you know, there is the dilemma of body types, body shapes, tall, short, busty, not busty. You know, I mean, there's that sweet little holster that you can put here, which definitely would never work for me because it would just stand out there. But on other folks that are a little bustier, it works perfectly. So it's those little things.
It would be nice to have one wardrobe, something with things that you would wear even when you're not carrying, that you would want to wear. Because instead of having the two
carry
wardrobes,
pants, I don't want to be like, these pants are cute for the range. It's like, no, these pants are cute because they're cute, you know?
Right. Yeah. Well, or go to the range and then go to dinner with your range buddies. Or, I mean, I can't tell you, that's kind of something that we all do. You know, you go out and you train, or you compete, and then you change your shirt and, you know, go from one activity to the next, then all of a sudden, oh yes, I have to go to, you know, run some errands, or I've got to go to a teacher conference, or I've got to go do...
At some point, you feel like you're wearing a costume for each role.
Right. Absolutely.
It's about training for real life, too.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm not a professional shooter or a competitive shooter whatsoever. I train so that I can protect myself. And it's about, you know, finding clothing that I can wear every day to an office setting, or to, you know, a night out with my girlfriends, you know, as a young 20-something, you know, I want to be able to go out and have fun, but still be able to protect myself. And it's about being able to train for those situations. And so it's not practical to have a set of clothing that you wear out, yet you're still concealed carrying with, and having clothes that you train at the range with. For me, for my situation, or for what I want to do. So kind of trying to find clothing that fits my personal style and yet is, you know, able to conceal is difficult, but it's something that, you know, we're slowly conquering, and the louder our voices are, the more the industry starts to hear, and for me, that's encouraging.
Next time on Love at First Shot.
So this is my idea of the ultimate girls' day out.
Probably my personal hero in the firearms world right now is Kim Rohde. I just really admire her and everything she's done.
A concealed carry firearm is one that you need to be able to use under pressure. So another C of concealed carry is controls.
A lot of people are going to tell you that the Second Amendment is outdated, but actually our God-given rights don't have an expiration date. Today's episode of 27 Words is about our God-given right to self-defense.
When that buzzer goes, it's like you're a different person.
I have a competitive side.
No,
Sin is
really?